Let's try another one. This one says, live the life you want more than the life that keeps other people comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And the flip side is shrink your life to fit other people and you end up a guest in it. What story pops in your head for that?
Well, I'm going through a really interesting time right now with my social media. And that brings up this idea around shrinking myself to not be too much to fit into the mold of other people and like what makes them comfortable. And I've always been a very open, sensual person. My prior years, I did professional bodybuilding. And, it's like if you go back, it's like all my photos are me, in a bikini or doing a photo shoot in
Mhm.
sexy clothes or whatever it might be. And I've always really embraced the feminine body and celebrated it in just so many unique ways. And so today, in this current reality of who I am and what I'm wanting to build in my business, and I feel like I'm hitting this wall at times of what's too much. And really, I would like to be my full expression and post whatever the heck it is, regardless if it makes other people uncomfortable. So when you say that, it brings me to this truth I'm sitting with right now is if nobody else was watching, if this was like my life for me, lived with 100% vulnerability and authenticity, like what would I be posting? What would I be saying? How would I be showing up? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what feels alive for me.
The past. I was speaking to somebody else about, like when we transition from the different identities, right? Like you moving into
Mhm.
a new space and the thing that represents you for a certain period of time, and then you move into the next life. It's like we feel guilty about sharing it because, for example, I'm gonna go here with this piece. Sometimes I have conversation with people that are like spiritual, right? And they eulogize like characters in the Bible. And they speak highly of these characters, and these characters have a lot of flaws, just like them right now. A lot of flaws. But they eulogize this character and then speak highly of them in different ways. But then they are ashamed of talking about their own history, their own past. I'm like,
Mm.
wait a minute, it's the same as theirs. But when you're in the middle of your story, then you feel like, oh, can I share this? Can I not share this? But then these characters, you can see their whole life because it's written out. But your life is no different. Yet
Mm.
you put shame and guilt and all these different thing on it when he's like, wait a minute, talk about it. It's part of your history. Because if something happened tomorrow, for example, if somebody go and delete your entire social media right now,
Mhm.
delete all your pictures, how would you feel about that? Will you miss it? If somebody go in and delete all your memories that maybe you don't want to think to share, would you miss it? How would you feel? Will you still feel like you? And that is a challenge.
Mm.
What are your thoughts?
I definitely went through a phase where that challenged me deeply, the sense of identity and like, yeah, who would I be if I didn't have that? And
Mm-hmm.
I would say there was definitely a deep attachment to that for a long time in my life and the perception or the identity that I created, especially for people to see. And then once that dissolved, especially when I had to give up my identity that I wasn't ready to give up, it made me look at the lack that was truly driving the identity in the first place. And so now I would say that I live in a place within myself where I don't feel controlled by it. I feel that if all that was to go away, I would still be able to start from scratch and like know my sense of self and maybe even come in
Mm-hmm.
stronger because there isn't a past. I think there's a beauty in letting the past go so you can focus more on who you currently are. Yeah, it's tough.
I, I, I would say our past is what makes us stronger.
Mhm.
And if you remove the thing that is a part of your ingredients, right? They maybe not, some of them might not be the highest ingredient, but they're part of the ingredients. If you remove those ingredients, would you still feel like you? And that is the challenge. I mean, like, appreciate the thing that got you here, right?
Mhm.
However it might be, because it is the thing that's part of your foundation. To get to the next level, if you remove it, you're gonna fall back.